What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I want to talk about Sister Brittney Griner for a little bit, and I want to read a little excerpt from a letter that she wrote to President Biden. And if y'all don't know the story, Brittney Griner is a professional basketball player who plays in the WNBA, and she's been detained in a Russian jail since February. And in my opinion, it hasn't been much hoopla, if you will, about trying to get her released. I don't think that in the eyes of the president or the American government, a portion of the American population, I don't think that she's important enough for them to make a big enough fuss about bringing her home. But there are people who are making a real big fuss. Her family members and friends and people in the black community who love her that are trying to keep the story going as much as we can because she's being detained and in many of our opinions a little longer than she should have been. And I think that there may be some political um, aspects to why she's being held like that. And there are others out there too, but she's out there because of a violation that she was detained for. But I want to read this letter because I think about how Janky Joe Biden, the president, how he packaged himself and presented himself as he was on his campaign to try to get into office by stating that, one of his ridiculous statements is, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, which is, like I say, it was hilarious when he first said it, but it's also in his idiotic way of trying to say that, hey man, I got y'all. I feel y'all. So vote for me. Because if you don't vote for me, and I think like y'all, and I'm with y'all, then you ain't you. It's stupid. But this is what Brittney wrote. She said, as I sit here in a Russian prison alone with my thoughts and without the protection of my wife, family, friends, Olympic jersey, or any accomplishments, keep that in mind, that Olympic jersey part. I'm terrified that I might be here forever. On the 4th of July, our family normally honors the service of those who fought for our freedom, including my father, who is a Vietnam War veteran. It hurts thinking about how I usually celebrate this day because freedom means something completely different to me this year. I realize you are dealing with so much. This is her talking to the president. But please don't forget about me and the other American detainees. Please do all you can to bring us home. I voted for the first time in 2020 and I voted for you. I believe in you. I still have so much good to do with my freedom that you can help me restore. I miss my wife. I miss my family. I miss my teammates. It kills me to know they are suffering so much right now. I am grateful for whatever you can do at this moment to get me home. Now, it's a lot in that we can't really go into. I'll talk about it on my radio show tonight. KPFT.org, 12 midnight Central Time. Y'all tune in. K-Rino Radio. But when she said that she voted for the first time in 2020 and he was the one that she voted for, okay, this goes back to the accountability that we have to start having as black people if we decide we want to participate in this voting process to we got to make people do what they say they're going to do if they try to come down and get our vote. See, too much of the time the history has been to trick black people out of their vote and then go back to doing whatever it is they were doing and never ever carry out any of the promises that they claimed that they were going to make, whether it be Republican, whether it be Democrat, or anything you can think of. This has always been the pattern. I strongly believe and know that Joe Biden is not sitting around worrying and stressing about Brittney Griner. He doesn't really worry about if she's going to come home. It's not that big of a deal to him. He doesn't care. This dude can't remember his own lines in a speech that he gives. So he's not sitting around thinking about Brittney Griner, because black people have never been a priority to him, other than when he decided to run for president and decided, oh, I need this black vote. I need these same voters that voted for Obama that helped me become the vice president a few years prior to this. So there's no love for this black sister that's sitting in this prison right now. He could care less. Also, she talked about the freedom that's celebrated on this day. Well, that's another subject. We'll get into that, on the radio show, because, we understand through history that we were not free on this day anyway. In 1775, 1776, we were not free as a people anyway. We were in the middle of slavery at that particular time. So that freedom wasn't about us, and it wasn't specified for us. It wasn't supposed to be for us. So, but according to what they like to say, it's supposed to be about everybody. It's supposed to be about us. So she's calling him out basically on that, hey, this is supposed to be a day about freedom, but I don't have mine. What are y'all doing? What kind of fight are y'all putting up to bring me back home? But she's still speaking respectfully and humbly, because she wants to get home. But she's definitely, I don't believe, none of us are satisfied. I don't believe she is either with just what's going on, because if you have to put yourself in that position that you're sitting in there wondering, hey man, who's doing anything? That's the worst feeling in the world, to be locked up, and you don't know if you depending on people on the outside to be working for you to help get you out, and you don't know if anybody is or anybody is not. And then she talked about her Olympic jersey, because she played basketball on the Olympic team for this country, delivered gold medal maybe once or twice, once definitely, but I feel like she got 2 gold medals, but I have to look that up. But even if it's just one, even if she played and didn't win a medal at all, she represented for this country, for that flag. And once again, as if she was a veteran, like she spoke of as her father being, it's no gratitude. There's no thanks. Y'all always want to tell black folks to be grateful. Where's your gratitude? Where's your gratitude? Where's your thanks for the service, whatever capacity it came in? So we have to stop believing that this nation is for us and looking out for us, and that these politicians, these presidents, they're only using your vote to get in the position they want to get in, and then they turn a blind eye to any of the issues that affect us. And it's been a pattern over and over again, and until we start recognizing that pattern in going away, taking a detour away from the faith that we put in this system, we're going to continue to suffer at the hands of this system. That's just the way it's going to be. So keep praying for Brittney, man, and keep the story circulating, and find out if anything that can possibly be done. We don't know, because we're dealing with a whole other government. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. But I know one thing, when you pray to the Most High and for a cause that's just, for a cause that's good, and it's not to say, well, she didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. But at the end of the day, if that was somebody else that didn't look like her, I guarantee that the outrage and the uproar and the effort would be a whole lot more swole up. And that's a fact. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all tune in to K-Rino Radio tonight, kpft.org, 12 midnight central, and I'll go deep into this, man, along with some other stuff. All right, man. Peace.